Ladies and gentlemen, Big Phil here, along with Cosmos. It's our pleasure to welcome you to Lights Out, episode 81. And currently we are missing someone, that being Light. Now, if you watch this live on Twitch, you'll know that both me and Cosmos, we attempted to give him a call. Unfortunately, the phone rang and rang and rang some more. So we say, you know what? This show must go on, okay? Whether it's 3 of us, 4 of us, 2 of us, baby, it is what it is. It be what it be. It do what it do. So Cosmos, how are you?
I'm great.
Is that it?
Fantastic.
Gotta give me something else here, man.
In case y'all think that we weren't serious.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system 20.
Yeah, so yeah, just in case you
Low key, Light. I might leak your number. You keep playing with me, boy.
But no, I'm doing great. Yeah, we don't know where Light is, but you know what? This ain't anything different. This is just like the July, May days when Light was homeless and we were holding it down. So you know what? We're going to be back here holding it down. The only difference is that we got some other stuff to talk about because we got some new games that are out, like Rivals.
Yes.
So that's a game that I've been playing recently. Been trying to get a lot better at that game. For those of you that were here before the podcast, whenever Void came down, he said that, yeah, my movement is trash. That's because I was asking him for help in the game and he just didn't respond to me. He came down here, so I know that he read my message, but he didn't respond to me, so I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind. But yeah, that game is like not that game is not easy. That game is pretty difficult. Like I feel like it's difficult because the average skill level of the game is like higher than the other games. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just playing Rivals, trying to get good at that game. I've been streaming a lot more recently. Actually, I've been streaming like pretty much daily now. So I'm on that grind and we're gonna stay on that grind. And then the YouTube videos are coming back too. I just need to make sure I have my streaming mojo in motion so that I can add that in and not like, you know, go back and forth, because that's pretty much what I've been doing. I want to be consistent in both. So I feel like streaming is more demanding time-wise because you have to do it daily, and YouTube you can just add in between. So in due time, we'll get the flow and we'll keep it going.
Who are you maining? Are you still a Fleet Clarion player?
Yeah, I mean, I tried playing Clarion for one day because I was just mad at every Clarion player I was playing against and how easy it was to get kill confirms. And then I realized that the good players just don't get grabbed, and it's harder to kill with Clarion too. So I went back to Fleet, and then I played Fleet for one day, or I played Clarion for one day, went back to Fleet, and then my Fleet was playing very, very good. I was like, oh, maybe I learned some stuff from Clarion. And then the next day I was just getting farmed again. So I will get better at the game. I 100% will get better at the game. I will hit Masters before December. I will say that, because apparently right now I saw a tweet that said there was like only 33 players in Masters or something like that. So like, yeah, the game is difficult. The game is difficult, but I will be one of the good players. Just give me time.
Do you like it better than Multiverses?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's way better than Multiverse. And like, that's not a knock at Multiverses, but it kind of is, because like the game is just changing way too much. Multiverse is just changing way too much, and it's like every time I go back to Multiverses, it feels like it's a different game, but it's a different kind of unpolished game. And Rivals came out completely polished. Like, the movement felt clean, everything felt clean. It all felt just nice. So it feels like a legitimate platform fighter. It's like, my problem that I can say if I can compare the two is like, the physics with the game or like the physics that Rivals has is unparalleled to Multiverse, because Multiverse's physics feels like almost a kind of unfinished sprite game. That's like, it's like a solid sprite game that's like has elements that's unfinished and that are changing a lot. Because like, whenever you are, the best way I can explain it is like, whenever you are jumping through a platform in Multiverses, you're jumping in front of the platform, which doesn't really make sense. And whenever you're jumping through a platform in Rivals, you're jumping through the platform because the platform is a part of the stage. So like, the physics in the game just feels like more complete in Rivals, which I mean makes sense because it's like the second iteration of the game. This is like the first platform fighter that Multiverses is. I don't know if we're gonna get Multiverses 2. If we do, that would be great. But yeah, just the physics with the game and the polish of the game and Rivals it's the only platform fighter that is the closest to Smash. That is an actual Smash clone, and I don't think any other game can really compare.
Yeah, I actually pretty much 100% agree with you. If you had told me that the Rivals of Aether sequel was going to be more well received and more polished and more gassed up and played than, the return of Multiverses, a game with DC access to the entire DC and Warner Brothers IP, you would think an unlimited bankroll. It's just like, it's clunky, it's sludge, it feels like sludge sometimes. You are literally the playtester. Hey guys, you're putting some shields in, try that. Like, what? This core mechanic wasn't already established as an in or out.
Fair,
like, it's crazy. You're the playtester.
I will give Multiverses the benefit of the doubt because I still do have faith in Multiverses. It's just like, that's the thing. It feels like Multiverses, all right, it came out 2 years ago with an open beta, right? The open beta was supposed to last a little bit. And then they were like, oh, these numbers are insane. And then we're like, we're just going to keep the open beta up forever because we're getting money from this. So the open beta was essentially a real game, but it still honestly felt like a beta because the game was really unfinished. There was a lot of problems with the game. So whenever the player base figured out that, this game honestly kind of some ass right now, this is definitely an open beta, and they're telling us that it's an open beta in the bottom right corner of the screen. Why are we still playing this? So people stop playing the game. So they're like, oh shit, we're not getting as much money right now. The player base is going down. We're going to actually take the game down now and work on everything that we figured out from the past 6 months, 7 months of the open beta. So they took the game down for like a year and a half, worked on the game, came out. The game was completely different game. And they were like, this is not a beta anymore. This is the full release of the game. Came out with like 2 or 3 more characters in the span of in the span of a year and a half, 2 or 3 more characters. Bro, even Smash does better than that. Smash comes out with like 4 or 5 characters a year. You come out with 3, 4 characters. Come on, bro. No. But that's besides the point. Came out with the full game, and then like a lot of people did feel like the game was good. A lot of people did not really like the game because it was different from the open beta that they felt like was the real game. But a lot of people, including me, did like the game and like was enjoying the game. But they kept changing the game. They kept changing everything. They were adding a lot of different things. They were changing a lot of characters, changing a lot of mechanics in the game, and it just felt like every month or every 6 weeks, it was a completely different game that you were playing. So, and it still feels like that way now because like I still like some of the changes that they're making. Like I like the fact that they're adding shields and stuff, and I like the fact that they're adding teching and stuff. But
it's just becoming a true Smash clone. Let's be honest. They tried, like, it was supposed to be like unique and original. It's just because you're just going to the well that Sakurai dug and filled up.
Exactly.
Keep it real.
That's my point too. Is that like you were initially trying to create a Smash clone that wasn't really a Smash clone because you wanted to be different. And then you found out, oh shit, that doesn't work. It was Smash for a reason, and we should have been a Smash clone from day one for a reason. So now you're just trying to take the steps to go back into a real Smash clone when it should have came out, and you should have taken that year and a half to like make it into an actual Smash clone. And now you're taking this next year and a half when the real game is out and trying to change it into an actual Smash clone. And people aren't really liking that because they're like, yo, the game is changing so much. So like, I don't really feel like I'm playing a real game right now. I feel like I am a beta tester constantly. And now they're really adding things where it's like testing playground, where it's like, yo, you can test some stuff for us so that we can see if you guys like this and we can add it into the game, which is literally like, yeah, every Thursday we're going to be a open beta test. That's literally what they said. And like my issue with it is during that year and a half,
he's going off.
You literally had Sakurai making free YouTube tutorials on how to make a game. That's my issue, is that he was literally, you have the genius and mastermind of platform fighters. Everyone has been trying to make a Smash clone. You know Sakurai be playing all these games. He be playing every game. He probably played Multiverses, and that's why he got pissed. Like, you know what? Multiverses, Warner Brothers, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel for y'all. I'm gonna make this channel for you guys so that you guys can make a platform fighter at least 50% as good as mine. And then they just didn't pay attention to anything he was saying. There was a lot. I watched a lot of those videos. There's a lot of good information in that YouTube channel. And I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if Rivals actually took a lot of their time and like their effort and watched the videos that he was making and put a lot of what he said in their game too, because it feels the closest to Smash. And I feel like because of all that information that Sakurai put out there, you have no excuse to at least not make a decent platform fighter if you are a AAA company like Warner Brothers. And part of me is just pretty upset with it, because part of me is upset that Rivals didn't come out before Multiverses, because if Rivals came out and people were like saying how well received Rivals is, maybe the thing with the Riot platform fighter wouldn't have gone down, because they were like, okay, well, people do like platform fighters, so we're gonna keep making the Rivals with this platform fighter, because they're not gonna talk about the failure of Multiverses being the reason why we're not doing this platform fighter.
That's OD. Bro said they saw Multiverses relaunch. It's like,
That's literally what they said. They're like,
Rivals could have saved it.
They literally called it the failure of Multiverses. That's literally what they called it. And to be honest, I think that's a little bit far-fetched. I think if you think that that's the reason why you don't think your platform fighter is going to flourish, that's a problem. But because that's the reason why they felt that way, if Rivals came out first, they wouldn't have felt that way. So I think that's where the problem lies.
That is, first of all, that's an astute observation, and one I actually find very difficult to rebuttal off of, because it does kind of, that main article was like, yeah, Riot saw like where Multiverses was being received and heading, and was like, we're gonna pull out. If Rivals did come out first, they'd be like, oh, okay, so when the game is done correctly, that's when, you know what I'm saying? That's a very good point, very intriguing as well. And guys, I have no problem admitting, if you had asked Big Phil, am I gonna bet on again Warner Brothers IP property fighting game just kind of like careening off of a hill as far as like hype and impact goes? No shot. Okay, I would not have bet on that. But if I was gonna bet, I'll tell you, there's only one way I am betting, and it's with our friends at PrizePicks. Cosmos, do you remember our friends at PrizePicks? Does that still ring a bell to you, my friend?
Of course I do. That's where I'm going to be going all the time because of all the NBA games going on right now.
You damn right. It's time to feed that addiction and feed our pockets, because we got a code for you. You can win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. PrizePicks remains the best way to get into the action in over 30 states, including California, Georgia, Texas. That's right, everything you want to get involved in, the good states. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance policy. So your lineups, they stay in play. You ain't got to worry somebody leave the game or whatever. It's all good. Your lineup remains live. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. So go ahead and join over 10 million users and sign your ass up today. Well, how do I do that? I'm glad you asked. Download the app today and use code LIGHTSOUT to get $50 instantly after your first lineup play of only $5. That's right. $5 get you 50. It's better than a good time in Vegas. PrizePicks, run your game.
Real shit. And I can definitely tell you that I'm 100% going to be betting on the Lakers this season, but we can talk about that later because it's kind of too early right now.
It might be a little bit too early. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, tis the season, chat. Tis the season. I know, obviously, there were some Smash Brothers things to discuss as well that took place. I don't know if you saw it. I know you used to be all about Japan, but now it's all about, Mexico land.
Mexico.
But nonetheless, there was an event that took place. It was called Delta 9, and Miya, fresh off his victory at Cirque, actually competed a week later in another high-profile event in S tier. Wins it, Raru getting second place, followed by Rio P. I might be saying that wrong, but this snake was seeded 47th, guys. This snake was seeded 47, made it all the way to winners finals. Crazy run from him, benefited from a couple of upsets, but hey, you can only play who's in front of you. I ain't mad at him. Shuton finishes in 4th. TG and Tama P making 5th place appearances. Matsanabe and Yaman Action round up 7th. Some notable absences include people like Ken, my boy Snow, Gluto all the way down here in 25th. He got absolutely shellacked.
Gluto was there?
Gluto was there, man, briefly. If you guys didn't see what happened to Gluto, he got 0 to death. It was actually, I actually tweeted out the clip here. Let me find the clip and put it on screen for you guys.
Wait, who's that other person that got 25th? That hero player, by the way?
Akagutsi. Percentages too high.
You're getting kind of close here.
Hold on, watch. Look. So watch. Gluto is up. He's at 0%. Raru is at 152. 160 now after hit. This is all final stocks, by the way. This is game number 2. So Gluto win this. Oh, it then gets grabbed out of nowhere. And I'm on there saying like, oh, no way he's getting 0 to death here. He got 0 to death. Yeah, that happened.
Damn.
And that was for 25th. By the way.
Damn, he hit him with the sour spot back here. That's how you know he was serious about that 0 to death.
Yeah, that was for 25th.
I ain't never seen Luigi hit sour spot back here.
That shit was disgusting, bro. That was disgusting. So yeah, there were a couple upsets right there. Akakitsu, again, him getting as low as he did with his 25th, Gluto 25th. Raru actually got upset in pools and then made a crazy run through losers, which was super impressive. I think he won like 10 sets to get to grand finals or something like that. 11 sets, something crazy like that. Might have been even more. That boy was out there straight up cooking.
Sounds like 30-0 to death to me.
Yeah, so props to him for making that kind of run. But with that win, Miya has officially tied MKLeo with major wins. Notice I said major win. Yeah, apparently it's 24-24. So, but
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Japan is just so like inflated. But there's a caveat to that. Important to note. Major wins, not super major wins, okay? GOAT still on top in that category.
All right, that's still honestly kind of depressing to hear. I'll just be completely honest. I love Japan. I love all the Japanese players, but I love MKLeo more than any player in this game. That's honestly pretty depressing to hear. And
that's my dog.
Definitely because Japan has so many S tiers that happen and so many majors that happens like every other week. And back in the day when Leo was winning all the majors, when Ultimate just came out, there was a lot of majors. But there's like a major maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. And those majors, they were difficult. And obviously those majors are difficult too. But that was back when everybody was learning the game. And people were like, everybody was trying to beat Leo. Like, people aren't still trying to beat Miya. People do want to beat Miya, but everybody was trying to beat Leo, and everybody was trying to get their first major win. Now a lot of people are like, I just want to be good at the game. I want to be top 10. I want to be top 20. I want to be, ready for whenever the next game comes out. But that was when everybody wanted to win, back when Leo was winning all those majors. He was stopping everybody from winning all those majors. So I'll in my mind, that's not a real statistic, so I'm gonna block it out. It's not real.
It's interesting because, and kudos to Miya too, by the way, because this kid struggled a little bit in some of his previous NA showings, gets that big win at Cirque 4, follows it up with a big win at a Japan S tier. I mean, you got to give the kid credit. He's definitely It ain't like they're just handing it to him, right? Like, he's beating a lot of formidable competition at these events to get to this point. So I give Miya full credit for that. But I know he's going to be we'll talk about it a little bit more later. I know he's going to be attending Miami. Let's Make Moves Miami. Leo will be there. I'm hoping that finally their paths will cross. And you know what I'm saying? Steve's banned at that event too. So you ain't got no choice but to to go game and watch and see if you can hang up against the GOAT. Let me tell you something. Leo whooped that Meister's ass enough times where that matchup be knowing like the back of his hand, okay? Ain't no surprise, so I'm excited to see that. But it's an irrelevant moot point. As of now, they haven't matched up. Miya continues to be dominating. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting tournament. They had a tournament did you see that invitational Asimo held like the Wednesday before that event?
No, I didn't.
Zachary was at that. Asimo was at that. Both of them weren't at this particular tournament, but that invitational was actually pretty sick. And who won that invitational, chat? Miya didn't win that one. He got sent to losers a little earlier. Who won that tournament, chat? I can't remember. Asimo didn't win. He was in Grand. Shuton won that tournament. So Shuton doing really well too.
Nice.
And back-to-back
tournaments. He's actually been having a really good season because he got 3rd or 4th at this S tier this weekend, right?
He got 4th, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been consistently in top 4
The most
Well, actually,
underappreciated top player.
Was he at Cirque? Was Shuton at Cirque?
No, he didn't go to Shirk.
Okay, then yeah, I feel like pretty much all the tournaments. Maybe there's been some Japanese tournament because there's always some Japanese tournament that one top Japanese player just gets 25th at.
Hey, you know how last week we talked about how Kananabe was there, and I gave him that nickname Kakanabe.
Yeah,
he was in the pool. If Shuton was there, he'd have been Schlongton. Meet out.
Long Tom.
Oh, dare to dream, Chad. Dare to dream. But yes, Japan continues to prove why they are so terrifying. And just, again, that Snake who got third place, bro. I got to, apparently that's Hurt's training partner or whatever.
Damn.
And he went game 5 last hit with Raru in losers finals too. Like he was playing damn good. Like again, he benefited from some upsets, but the way he was playing, who's to say he couldn't have took it all away? That was crazy. Snake, baby.
Yeah, Snake stocks are up right now. Maybe not in the States because I feel like there's no American Snake player that's doing well. You know what? I don't want this to sound like I'm biased, but I really do want that one Mexican Snake player, Alan Dis, to be able to go to more tournaments because I think he's really insanely good. I don't think he's like I don't know if I can say that he's on the same level as Hurt because I haven't been able to see him play as many players, but I do think that he's really fucking good. And I do think if he went to like a sample size of 5 majors, he would top 8 at least one of them. And that's a really big feat to say because a lot of players can't even do that.
Yeah. No, Alan Dis is sick. Spargo speaks glowingly of him for sure. So I know he definitely knows how to bring it for show. So that's a little catch up for you with the Japan results. What's going on over there in Japan? But from Japan back to our land, let's talk about America. Because did you know there was actually it's like a B+ tier that took place in New Jersey or New York, something like that? Do you know who won that?
I don't.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to put it on stream. It was not Zomba. He was there, but it wasn't Zomba. It was Tweek.
Oh, shit.
Which I suspect this is the reason we actually got a Tweek Talks episode this week. Anyway.
Was there one not last week?
It was not.
Shit. He was like, I got 4th.
Bang, bang, scissor gang. All right. So Tweek gets first place. Now, something to note about this event was actually Mr. E sent Tweek to losers bracket 3-1 earlier in winners. Yeah, I think it was winners quarters or winners semis. But yeah, Mr. E sent Tweek into the losers bracket. Tweek would bounce back and win. Syrup getting second place. Mr. E third. Zomba fourth place. Jackal fifth. Brujo, the K Rule extraordinaire, who didn't use enough K Rule for my taste, got fifth, followed by Guy and Marvell. And Web JP fell a little bit short there. Pharaoh fell a little bit short there. But this was actually worth noting for a couple of reasons. One, when Tweek got sent to losers, the only person before the grand finals reset to take him to game 5 was actually Jackal, and he had to win that in a comeback. So kudos to Tweek for winning that. Took care of Zomba again. Remember, he had that like year and a half losing streak to Zomba. That ended last weekend, I want to say, or the weekend prior at Litvitational, and it's continued to be the trend because he beat him here again. Got his revenge on Mr. E. Absolutely mollywopped Syrup. I mean, he beat Syrup's ass. 3-0'd him convincingly in the first set. And then it went game 5 in set number 2, but it didn't look like it was going to be that close because it was a straight mollywhopping there. So, all Diddy Kong too, man. Looks like Tweek figuring out this Steve match a little bit with Diddy Kong. About damn time. I know me personally, I've been clamoring for his ass to pick up Cloud just for this matchup, but I don't know. Something seems to have clicked in him.
I mean, I don't know if I would say something clicked because it's still game 5. So he was. But
the first set, he obliterated him 3-0, and then game 5 of this set, he obliterated him. And of course, Twitch chat player is being dog shit. Thank you.
I still don't know because it's very clear that this matchup is really difficult for Diddy Kong. And I know Tweek is one of the sword character extraordinaires in this game. So, and sword characters do pretty well against Diddy Kong or do pretty well against Steve. So I feel like he can definitely beat Steve with Diddy Kong. He can definitely beat Steve with Diddy Kong, but if he wants like a consistent answer, I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult for him to do it with Diddy Kong. especially when he was a Cloud player in Smash 4. And I know that he can play any character in this game. Even if he doesn't feel like he can not figure out Cloud in this game, he can figure out Cloud enough to beat Steve because that matchup is abysmal.
Bring forth the Cloud. But I mean, I think doing it against Serp is actually good for him. I just think it's good for his mental to be able to handle, like he's, when he beat Miya, I think Miya went Steve one game, so that helped there. And then he beat Serp in two sets against a very good and competent Steve player. I'm not saying he's going to be beating a Cola anytime soon with Diddy Kong, because again, that's just a tough matchup. But hey, you got to start somewhere. So I am definitely I'm invested in the Diddy Steve match from Tweek's perspective. But I'm sure he talked about that on Tweek Talks. If you guys want a more in-depth take on that. Mr. E, though, I gotta give him some credit, bro. I mean, shit, beating.
I did want to talk about
beating Tweek, like wow.
Yeah, because I feel like he's been, I don't know if it was on Twitter or just in person when I talked to him, or I don't remember entirely, but I do know that he's been like giving himself high praise about this game recently and feeling like he's gonna like make a new stride in this game starting now. And I feel like he really is feeling it, and I can see it in his gameplay, I can see it in his mannerisms, and I can see it like in his game, like in his gameplay when he's playing. He's definitely getting a lot better, and I think it's pretty cool that he's feeling that way, especially when he's a Lucina main, because she's like the forgotten character, especially because Proto Mayhem's not really playing the game at all anymore. I haven't seen him do anything. So to see Mr. E
clip that Jim,
so to see Mr. E pretty much bring back to life Lucina in this game, because a lot of us believe that Lucina was still a top tier character and a very good character if she was in the right hands. Mr. E is, he's been playing Lucina ever since Smash 4. Took sets off of a lot of top players, including Zero, so he's really good at the Diddy Kong matchup, whether it's a different game and a different playstyle. He knows how to beat that character. So to see that flourish in this game is pretty cool to see, and I'm all for it because he's a chill guy, and I hope he continues to get better.
He is a chill guy, and I'm gonna give you guys an example of him feeling himself lately. I'll pull up this tweet real quick, just throw it on screen, easy peasy. Mr. E, I beat Tweek 3-1 at a B tier ranked event. I'm the best Lucina in the world, and don't ever forget it. he let that light skin come out of him on that one, boy. He's probably rubbing his chest while he was typing that motherfucker out, boy, looking seductively into the phone. All right, Eric. I see you, big dog. I see you right there. I ain't mad at you.
That's funny. I mean, I'll give it to him because I feel like he's been getting farmed by Tweek recently. But the only reason why I think it's funny that he said this is because he beat Tweek once when Proto has beaten Tweek multiple times with Lucina. So yeah, I think
he ain't around no more though.
Yeah, I think it is kind of like I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. E, and say that you are definitely like one of the top Lucina players, and you should definitely feel good about winning that set. But you can't just be one player that another Lucina has beaten multiple times and try to claim the title. Then you can feel it, but you can't claim it. You know what I mean? You got to do some more things to claim it first.
All right, well we'll let Mr. E keep working on that. Again, solid finish for him at third. Proud of him. Good job, Eric. But those were the weekend events or last weekend's events, just kind of catching you up a little bit. Spargo won a tournament too, a little rinky dink. I think he fought Nexus in winners finals and Manny, the Steve in grand finals. You can probably imagine how that went. He won. So let's go ahead and take it over to a preview of what's coming up this week. Let me just find it real quick because I am very disorganized today. Maybe that's why light didn't show up. I don't know. Anyway. Here it is. Boom. No, that's not it at all. Okay, hold on.
What am I about?
Boom. There we go. Okay. That is the correct link right there. Preview for this week's S+ tier event. And let me tell you, folks, it is looking to be a stacked one for sure. I'm talking about Luminosity Makes Moves Miami. Now, I won't be at that event. Cosmos, are you going?
No, but I actually want to, real quick, before we even go about anything, we already know that this event is Steve banned, so I think it's kind of disrespectful that number 12 seed, they put Steve for Syrup, even though they know that he's not going to be able to play Steve at this event. That's pretty toxic.
That's just somebody not paying attention. It should be Ness, obviously, but that's par for the course. People make mistakes like that. It's all the time. But yes, that is true. This is a Steve banned event, as we have been told. So here we go. And Mia's still traveling to it, so you can tell he's really just all the way invested in game and watching again. So first seed, Miya, first seed, rightfully so. Sonic, second seed, agreed with. Light, third, agreed with. Tweek and Shattuck, I felt like could be interchangeable. I almost might have
agree with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't think either way is like bad, but they can be interchangeable. You can make a case for Shattuck over Tweek. And then, of course, MKLeo at 6, Cole at 7th, and Zomba 8th. Some other notable names down there just outside the top 8 is Meister, Lima, who I think Lima's actually got a really good chance to top 8 again. Mars Syrup, who's playing not Steve. Riddles, Beast Mode Paul, Rafflo appearance. What the heck? All right. Peanut, Mutace. Mutace super low right there.
I actually feel like,
what do you think?
Given all the seedings that we've had so far, maybe the one hiccup being Riddles being outside the top 12, he should be higher. I feel like this is probably the best seeded tournament we've had all year. Like the one that I feel like is really consistent with everyone's not just recent but overall placings for the season. I feel like this actually does make sense for where everybody is.
It looks good. Yeah.
Even with Mutace being that low, I know that Mutace hasn't really been placing that well recently. I think he's been missing top 24 a couple of times. Yes. So it makes sense that he's that low. And Peanut has been doing pretty well. You got top 8 at Cirque. Did pretty well at the Levitational. Did pretty well at Riptide. So it makes sense that he's that high. And Beast Mode Paul obviously getting top 8 at Riptide. And, just obviously getting top 16 sometimes at a lot of other tournaments. So it does make sense, actually, that everything here actually makes sense. So I have no issues with any of this scene, at least in top 24. I don't have any issues with this.
I will say it's been brought to my attention that apparently Cola and Lima seeds switched. So Lima's 7th and Cola's 10th.
That makes
would have at least Cola 9th.
I don't know that feels like a little bit more of recency bias for Lima, but I guess he did do well at both Levitational and Cirque. So those are two tournaments that can weigh pretty high, but Cola definitely should not be under Zomba.
He won that tournament in Puerto Rico too, or the DR, or wherever it was as well. For what it's worth. Do you agree with this seeding, Void? Keeping in mind, Cola and Lima have apparently been flipped.
Is it because of Cirque?
I guess.
Yeah, this looks fine.
Doesn't look egregious.
Yeah. Not a bunch of what the F's. This looks fine.
Yeah.
All right on. There you go.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely the tournament that just...
Oh, yeah. Cola is 9th and Meister's 10th. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, that makes...
Okay, then makes more sense. What? I do feel like this is probably the best seeded tournament that we've had the entire year, honestly.
I'll give it up. I like that seed. Good job, TOs of the event or Lumi Rank, whoever was in charge of that. Good stuff. But now comes the predictions, which I would love to get some insight on how Light thinks he would do at the event, but his ass didn't show up and he didn't answer the phone. So we'll just make some bold predictions ourselves. Cosmos. All right. Well, Void says Light's going to win. I like that. Light dub incoming.
I think we're probably going to get a Light and a Light Sonics Grand Finals. I think we're going to have a Light Tweek Winners Finals. Is that possible? I think we're going to have a Light Tweek Winners Finals and then a Light Sonics Grand Finals. Light, what do you think? He didn't answer. But anyway, yeah, I do feel like we're probably going to get a Light Tweek, Light Sonics Grand Finals and a Light Tweek Winners Finals. And honestly, I think Miya might not do too well this event because Tweek lost to Miya game 5 last event, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that happened. I think
Tweek beat him at Invitational and then lost to him at the main bracket in Cirque for you.
Yeah, so I feel like because I know that he's been telling me that he's been studying a lot more. I won't go into everything because I probably don't think that he would want me to, but I do feel like he is trying to figure out a lot of things about a lot of players. So I feel like he is going to come with vengeance against Miya. And I also do know that Light is going to come with vengeance against Miya. Yeah. And I don't think Sonics is ever going to lose to Miya ever again. So I feel like those 3 players are going to be very motivated for this event specifically. So I think they're going to be occupying the top 3 spaces. Maybe Shattuck could squeeze in there too, because he's always motivated, and he got beat pretty badly by Light the last event, so he might want that run back. But other than that, I do think that those are probably going to be the top 3 places, and I do think that Light's going to win.
Okay, I'll be honest. I actually see things happening a little bit more differently. I actually think that this is the event Sonic's finally gets straight up first place. I think Sonic's going to win this event. I think the second place finisher will either be Light or MKLeo. Okay, and then after Salva goes Sonic's, Light or MKLeo, and then some combination of like Miya, Shattuck, Tweek, and I actually think Lima's going to make another solid run too. So that's my predictions. I'm lowball. I'm you know me. I always want Goat to win. You know what I'm saying, and Light to win. But I'm lowballing a little bit. I actually just think like at some point it just has to stop. The second places, the the random third, the random ninth. Like at just some point something has to give, and that talent has to shine through. I mean, we watch a lot of sports. It happened for LeBron. Eventually, he won a ring. Tatum and Brown to get a ring of it. Eventually, your talent gets you the W at a premier event. I think this will be Miami is made for Sonic's W. That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. I disagree, but I'll agree to disagree.
We shall see. I'm very much so looking forward to it. It's one of many things that's going to be taking place in the coming weeks as we kind of wind down towards the season's end, which will be concluding in December. Cosmos, can you hear me?
Yeah. What? Wait.
Cosmos, can you hear me?
Huh?
Oh, hold on a second, bro. I got you.
Huh?
Oh, okay. That's better. Hey, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, whoa. You sound kind of crisp right now, bro. I hear you crystal clear. What's that you got on your head right now?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's got something to do with a sponsor for today's event. I'm talking about our friends over at Turtle Beach. Did you know that today's episode is brought to you by Turtle Beach, the #1 brand in gaming headsets and accessories? Turtle Beach doesn't just give amazing headsets. They have every gaming accessory you could ever want. And they're all at high quality prices that don't break the bank. From flight and racing simulator controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate cheat code. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. For a limited time only, you can head to turtlebeach.com and use the code LIGHTSOUT for 10% off your entire order. Yes, chat, your entire order. That's 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code LIGHTSOUT. Can I get some oohs and ahs in the chat right now? Because, ooh, I don't know how they were able to get that. Miracle, if you will. Is this thing on?
I'm afraid I can't hear you anymore after hearing what you just said.
All right. We're back.
I don't want to hear what you just said. I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was our friends at Turtle Beach. And let me tell you something, it's some of the best money I've ever spent taking my streaming to the next level, and they can help you with yours too. Remember, lights out.
Wait,
is the code.
I can't hear you. I can't.
Taking your streaming to the next level with code Lights Out for 10% off your entire order.
Got you. Crystal clear.
There it is. All right. And with that said, we do have some sombering news to report. Sure, a lot of you are probably beat up and upset about this. The election is next week. And let me tell you something. It might just be the end of the United States of America as we know it. Think of January 6th, but on a global scale.
I already got my black ass out of there.
That's true. You did mention that you do have a room for me if I need it.
Indeed.
All
Unfortunately,
right.
Since Light's not here, he can't occupy it either.
He is not here. But you know what? It's unfortunate he's not here, but you know where he is going to be? And this is actually awesome. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Should have plugged it a little bit sooner, but we are doing, I guess I'm telling you about this for the first time. Make sure next Monday you're available at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, because we're doing the first ever Lights Out live Q&A, baby. That's right. The Lights Out Live Q&A. It's a Throne preview, so we're going to have some people who will be at the Throne event as well. I am so excited for this, Cosmos. Basically, tickets are free. You just click that link, show up with a microphone, preferably a webcam too if you can, because I'd love to see your beautiful faces. But we're running an interactive show where you get to come on, chat with me, Sylvanas, Cosmos Light, and other guests from the Throne. Talk about anything you want, from Smash to culture to whatever, bro. We got 100 tickets available, and every single person who signs up will be seen. So we'll sit there for 3 damn hours if we have to, okay? But we want to see you there. Cosmos, are you excited to interact and talk to some of our fans at another level?
Am I getting paid for this?
Yes, nigga.
Yes, I'm. Oh, wow. I can't wait for this Lights Out. I can't wait for this Lights Out Q&A. Yo, everybody come through. Give me all your questions. There won't be no question that I don't answer. Whether it's about your grandmother eating crackers or about any question you got about your dick, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'll answer anything. No Diddy.
No Diddy and no questions off the table, as you can see. Yes, no, but seriously, guys, sign up if you're available on November 4th. Like I said, it's going to be 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, doing it kind of in the evening, so it's after people's schooling or work. It's just going to be a chill time, man. Like the guys who are producing this for us are making it completely interactive. It's completely free, so I'm very excited for that. And I hope you guys do show up, because I legitimately want to do more interactive stuff with you guys. As far as other things coming up, I've actually been talking with investor, and it looks like we're actually going to be able to do a Lights Out online tournament, which is going to be a lot of fun. Probably like an 8-person invitational. I'll give you guys more details as it becomes available. But we are making this big push to head into 2025 with Lights Out, top of the podcast world in Smash Bros. And with your help, we're going to get there. So Cosmos.
Wait, is it a Smash Invitational?
Smash Rivals kind of event.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm playing in at least both of them.
Of course, man. You already know. Say less, bro. And I'm planning to have a spot available too for my subs to battle it out, and top sub gets the other invitational spot. So I'm doing something for y'all too as well. So we're gonna have more information on that to come. Just a little bit of a preview. But aside from that, I mean, not really too much more to like discuss on my end. Anything big going on for you, big guy?
I mean, not really. We can talk about how, like, other than Rivals versus Multiverses, we can talk about how great Rivals has been in general doing for tournaments. Like, we've been seeing Coinbox has been crashing numbers. Yeah. It's been crazy. I think like the last Coinbox actually had a lot of donations added to it, which made a $7,500 Coinbox, which is the biggest Coinbox that's ever happened, and the most money any Rivals tournament has had in Coinbox, or in, I think, actually, I don't know if that's true. Genesis might have had more. Well, maybe single tournament, at least online tournament, is the biggest Rivals tournament that has happened for online ever, like considering Rivals 1 as well. So yeah, I think people are definitely really fucking with that game.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy actually, because I commentated top 8 with Toon Laga, shouts to Toon Laga, and had a lot of fun doing it. Even as in like the one 2 weeks ago, I think was 700 entrants. The last one was 900 entrants, and the one that's taking place today at the time of like this recording, same day, is EU versus NA, and I think that's like almost at like 500 entrants too. So like obviously a ton of interest in Rivals too, as it should be. This game is awesome. I'm glad to see a three-peat of coin boxes, kind of mixing it up a little bit. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody likes Smash coin boxes too, but you know, it's not a bad thing to take a break from Sonic versus Pikachu every now and then. You know what I'm saying? New little flavor or whatever. And clearly when people are donating extra money to it, additional funds, there's a reason it's getting what it's. It's also getting some interesting attention too. I saw there seems to be a little bit of a divide going on, like Smash players and OG Rivals players kind of bumping heads on like, oh, your opinions are dog shit. You don't understand this game, and a little bit of elitism.
I'll find the tweet real quick for you.
Okay, a little bit of elitism, but I honestly, you know, I saw a tweet yesterday. I replied to it. I said, I don't think it's a bad thing to have these newer Smashers who are getting into Rivals, and then the OG Rivals people. I don't think it's a bad thing to see them butt heads, because I think it's just going to breed more good competition. And as I said, as long as the gameplay backs it up, I say talk all the shit you want, personally.
Right there.
Oh, you put it in, let me find it.
Apparently, Leffen thought that he was subtweeting him, so they got into a little squabble, a little kerfuffle, if I will.
Leffen involved in some online drama? What world are we in? This is crazy. Unprecedented, chat.
Not my Leffen. He would never.
So Marlon, currently the best Rivals 2 player. He's won all the coin boxes, by the way, so he is the best. Don't get it twisted. Maple is not overrated. Orcane Bear does in fact work correctly. Force Burn does not suck. These characters have had their metas developed for almost 10 years now, so wrong takes from Smash players aren't surprising. Y'all were so right about Rano being for babies, though. And Leffen responds.
For some context, Leffen is a Rano main.
Okay. Okay. So Leffen's a Rano. Okay. Just at me, bro. This subtweeting is lame. Be condescending all you want. You guys might have 10 years on Rivals 1 and hundreds of hours as a tester, but it doesn't change the fact that y'all can be wrong. Y'all better stop losing to us Smash players if you know much more. I'm not even subtweeting you specifically, man. And, yeah.
Why the fuck you sound like that?
That's kind of how I picture his voice in my head. But it's very interesting dynamic because I feel like, well, one, no matter what you think, Leffen is very gifted at video games. This guy understands multiple games at a very high level, multiple time Evo champion. Give him his respect where it's due. Guy's insane at gaming. So if he has some takes, I'm content to believe he's got some, you know what I'm saying, he knows what the hell he's talking about too. However,
there's some merit to his word.
Yeah, exactly. He has a lot of merit to his word. And I understand where Marlon's coming from. Like his point of view is like, no, but I'm the best. So what I say is the gospel as of now. But I'm telling y'all, look, y'all know how good these guys are. Like other games, platform fighters, they didn't get good by accident. They have real talent, bro. Okay? You think if they don't put enough time, they're not going to start challenging some of the OG Rivals players? And I think, again, that's good for the game because it'll force y'all to step it up another level too. But I'm telling you right now, some of these guys, Mr. R is a great example. They're coming. They're coming. Cosmos, he said he's coming. MKLeo, I made a message in the Throne chat. I was like, hey guys, we are officially going to be having the Rivals 2 tournament at the Throne. First message I got in my DMs, MKLeo, hey, make sure you put me in that bracket. He XD. I don't know why that nigga said he XD, but he was quick, but he was excited. All right. So the Smash demographic is coming to conquer a little bit of Rivals 2. So get ready. I think it's going to be fantastic when it all, boom, boils over.
Real shit. And honestly, granted, like given everything that's been said for like between them two, like it's not surprising because obviously Leffen is, you know, notorious for having drama with every community that he joins. I feel like the only community that he had no drama with was Project L, or what's it called? 2XKL.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, everyone was just honestly enjoying the game when the beta was happening. Everyone was just trying to get better. He was losing to Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox was like, yo, bro, you're actually really good. You can get better. Like, and Leffen was like, yeah, no, like, let's play some more. And like, it was just a very wholesome vibe. But
I like those vibes from him.
Guilty Gear, I'm pretty sure he's had some drama. There was obviously drama whenever Ultimate came out.
But his comment was right though. I agree with him. Like just because you're the best don't mean you can't be off on an opinion. I actually agree with Leffen on this take, and I think he's going to be one of the smashers that's going, if he keeps playing Rivals consistently, like it seems like he's invested time to. I think he's going to be one of these Smash players. And using Smash like it's a slur these days. He'll be one of the those dirty smashers to actually make some noise in the game. So good luck.
Yeah, and I think it's great because whenever Genesis comes around, it's kind of just like Ultimate whenever it came out, because the first tournament that's going to be big for Rivals is going to be Genesis, and everyone's going to want to enter it because it's going to have the most entrants, and it's going to be the first tournament to see like, all right, we're in an offline environment at a major. Let's see how all these players are actually doing when all the Melee players are playing. Some of the Rivals players were even playing Ultimate 2 at that time. So let's see how they all clash and see who's really good at the game. And even if like some of the players that don't play Rivals don't get top 8, you still get to see them play against a lot of players because like they obviously have a lower seed and they are seeded to play against the higher seeded Rivals players early on. So you still get to see them play against the top players in Rivals and see how they do and see if they like have promise in the game in the future. The only thing I feel like that'll be different is that all the Melee players dropped Ultimate after Genesis, and I feel like all the Melee players and all the Ultimate players are going to keep playing Rivals because we actually feel like it's a great game and we all enjoyed the game. It's a very good game.
Yeah, it ain't like Multiverse. So we actually having fun. So Yeah, guys, make sure.
Did I catch you having fun?
If you haven't checked out Multiverses yet, or save yourself the heartbreak. Yeah, save yourself the heartbreak. If you haven't checked out Rivals 2 yet, make sure you go get that. It gets the full lights out endorsement. And if you're ever wondering how can gaming help me decide on my election choices, let me take a look at that screen right there, chat, and I'll let you figure it out right there. And with that said, make sure you always build to success. And that'll be help us build the channel by dropping a like, dropping a comment, subscribing. And we'll see you on the next one if we're not canceled by then. Peace.